Hey, how are you guys doing today? Today's Monday night. I just got back from work, and we actually had a pretty easy day. We really didn't do much. We just kind of worked on, I guess, like what we call them TNRs. It's kind of like self progress. We like do different things. So you know how I explained to you guys that I took out a heat exchanger. So that's kind of like on the job training, important thing. And we have something called ASM. So it's basically just like an account on us that describes like how our progression in our job is. And they kind of like just signed it off saying, oh, he's taken off a heat exchanger before, and so like it just looks a lot better for our MOS. And we just did that. We try to work on different ones. Tomorrow I'm actually supposed to be giving a class on about different types of metals. Hopefully after tomorrow I can give you guys that class as well. Just depending on how the day goes, I'll probably be able to, if the day goes as how it went today, I'll probably be able to show you guys around the shop a little. Hopefully you guys get to see it, see where I work at, maybe just see a bird inside of the hangar, get a little close up for you guys. And thank you, and I hope you guys have a great night. See you guys soon. Hey, how are you guys doing tonight? Today's Tuesday night, actually. I just got off of work, finished taking a shower. Today was a pretty easy day. I went up to go take a test, actually, for one of our support equipments that we have. It's called an ACU, or air compressor unit. The test was honestly not that hard. It was 20 questions. I ended up getting a 100 on it. It was open book, so I was able to use all my notes that I have. And after that, I actually started my paperwork for leave. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be done with it, and I'll show you guys tomorrow as well, like what consists of the paperwork, what you need to do, what exactly needs to be done prior to turning in the paperwork as well, because it's not that much of a process, but the things that are required does have to be very detailed, just so that the military knows where you're going, who you're going with, where you're going to be at, just so that they can keep tabs on you just in case of an emergency, either happening with you or either at the shop or just in case they need you for anything and make you need to come back. All right, thank you for joining me tonight. I'll see you guys very soon. Hey, how are you guys doing today? Today's actually Wednesday night. Thank you for joining me again, and I actually have my paperwork here with me for leave that I'll be taking in July. Hopefully if I turn it in, I'm one of the first people, so I can be able to secure a spot to be able to go home for these upcoming holidays. So let me start off with saying that there's actually 16 different things you need to do for filling out this checkout sheet. So as you guys can see, right here it says, well, it's actually backwards, but it actually says HMLA T303 leave checklist. And so I'll just read it off to you guys so that it can be easier for both of us. So first it starts off by requesting your name. Then it goes by the shift that you're in. So for me it would be Cifuentes Felix. Then for shift it'd be night. And then on the top right corner there is actually a spot for CDI, CDQAR, or paint quals. CDI is if I'm not mistaken, it's a corrosion detective inspection. So you have the spots for the CDI, CDQAR, and paint quals. Since I'm none of those, actually don't have to fill that part out. So the first thing that is on the list, it actually says, will this leave impact his or her shift? Since I am not a qual in any of those 3 prior things that I just listed, it does not affect the shift that I'm in. And then it says leave balance prior to request. So the way that our leave works, every year we accumulate 30 days of leave. So it is 2.5 days per month. So if I wouldn't use any of my leave days for a whole year, I would actually have 30 by the time that I'm done with the whole year. And I can have up to 60 like stored away. But after 60, they just start getting lost. So for example, if I have 60 and I have 60 this month, and then next month I have 62.5, in reality, I wouldn't really have 62.5. I would just stay at 60 and keep going. So that is why they kind of, once you start hitting like 40, 50 days, they kind of want you to take at least some leave days, just so that you won't be losing any, like, just for no reason, when in reality you can actually just take some leave days and still have more incoming since the months keep going by. All right, so for me, I've only been in for 11 months now. It is June 13th actually, and I've only been in for a year. Well, actually 11 months. In July 15 will be my first year mark. So after that, I only have 4 more years to go, and then I'll be able to return home. Hopefully get to use, if I become a CDI or CDQ by the end of my full enlistment, I'll be able to see if I'm gonna re-enlist or I'll just take my leave and hopefully get a job out in North Carolina. Hopefully in something that I worked for in the past 5 years. But if not, then I'll probably be working in plumbing, because my dad has always pursued me and my brother to get a job and essential jobs like that, either with plumbing, electrician, or like AC type of jobs. And he's gotten actually into plumbing a lot, and he wants us to go study to get our degree in plumbing, so that he can be able to open up a business, and that way we can have something to work with. My brother has actually just graduated college, and he is now working with my dad at his job at All Max Plumbing, and I believe it's in Apex, the company is. And then after that, after a couple of months, he's gonna start going to school again so that he can get his plumbing degree. And then after he finishes school with that, he'll be able to start his own business with my dad, and hopefully we can get something going there. I'll just probably be joining them later on in my life, but as long as they're successful, that's all that really matters. All right, back to this, guys. So the next thing is number of leave days requested. So I'm requesting 12 days. The days I'm requesting is from July 2nd to July 13th. All right, so then it says pending legal. So that's like if I have any speeding tickets or any like legal cases open up. It's a yes or no question, so I put no. And then it says duty roster screen by. So duty is like, we have different types of duties. So the one I'm actually gonna be going on this upcoming Saturday is duty at the SDD. So that is just like a driver, and I'll be in a room just on standby, waiting to be called in just in case anyone needs to go to like a hospital or needs some food delivered for any like patients that are like in quarantine or anything like that. I'll be giving them their food and stuff. I'll be just delivering it, and I'll be a driver. So our duties consist of 24 hours. So it starts from 7:30 in the morning, and it goes all the way to the next day at 7:30 again. And then that upcoming day, if you work, you actually get the day off. So you'll be at duty for 24 hours, and then you have the next 24 hours off. So since I start work on Sunday again, I actually have Sunday off, which will be really good. Hopefully I get to enjoy my Sunday. Haven't really had one off in a while. And then after that, go back to work on Monday, and I'll be turning in my paperwork hopefully by then. And I'll be knowing in 2 to 3 days after that if I got my leave approved or not. All right. So heart form screen by. So heart form is just kind of like saying, it's just like a paperwork saying what I'm gonna be doing on my trip. How many days am I going? Where am I going? What kind of activities am I doing? Are there any types of hazards? So we actually have to list 3 types of activities / hazards that we'll be doing. So one of them I'll be doing is actually playing soccer, hopefully with my friends. I'll be going to play some street at the tennis courts in Brait Park, which actually I've been seeing a lot of people going to go play, and it's actually made me want to actually start playing again. So then it asks for initial risk. Is it low, moderate, high, or very high? So all the risks are actually moderate. And then it says control measures to reduce risk. And then I'll be wearing protective equipment, which consists of like shin guards in this case. And then it says after I do that control measure, what is the result risk? So it should be low. And the next one will probably be hiking. Hopefully I'll be able to go to the Appalachian Mountains with my friends to see the views that I can get. Maybe I can take you guys with me on a hiking trip, get a little bit of some footage there, and have a lot more content for you guys. So my control measure for that was stay hydrated, since it's getting close to close to, well, it's now summer actually, and the weather's just getting crazy over here. And then my result risk was low, and then another one was going to the mall. My initial risk was moderate as well, and then my control measures was drive safe and stay protected. So stay protected, by that I meant like wearing a mask, keeping my hands clean, keeping my hands clean, and then just like washing my hands as much as possible, making sure I don't get any type of viruses or just sick out there, because if I get sick out there, then I'll have to stay quarantined and I'll have to spend a lot more days out of work, and just more leave days that I actually don't have, and it'll just be a big problem because I'll have to miss work, and it's something that I can stop before it becomes a bigger of a hazard. And then there's a box in here saying, do I understand the policy that there is zero tolerance of drugs in the Marine Corps, and I have to sign that part. And then it asks, are you under the age of 21? I put yes. And then it says, do you have a Arrive Alive card? An Arrive Alive card is actually just a card that has a number on it, to where someone that has like volunteered to drive me just in case I become too drunk and I'm not able to drive, and it just gives us like a safe line or like an Uber, and we can be able to call them at any point and they'll be there to help us out. All right, the next thing I have is my flight. As you guys can see right here, it's my flight. It's probably backwards in the camera, but we'll see. It says your flight details, booking status confirmed, and then it says I'll actually be leaving from San Diego on Thursday, July 2nd of 2020. My flight is 12 hours, which consists of 2 stops. I know it's a very long hour flight, but I'll actually be stopping in Fort Worth, Texas, and then after that I'll be stopping in Miami. After my Miami stop, I'll be going on Raleigh-Durham International Airport. I leave from San Diego at 6:20 in the morning, and then I arrive at North Carolina at 9:59 p.m. So that's actually a very long flight. So you guys can see I'll be there all day. Wasted one day basically just flying. But whenever I'm coming back, my flight leaves from Charlotte at 6:25 on July 13th, and I arrive at San Diego at 8:10 p.m. And then we actually have to write like a contingency plan, which consists of where I'll be going, what I'm gonna be doing, and just like a little, I guess, like plan that I'll have for the Marine Corps, just to let them know where, like I said, where I'm gonna be going. And that's really all that consists of the leave checkout sheet. Whenever it is Saturday, hopefully I'll be able to take my phone to the shop and show you guys around like the shop, give you guys a little tour of where I work actually, what the birds look up close. Hopefully I get to climb up on one of them and show you guys like the heat exchanger, since I've been bringing that one up so much. Thank you for joining me tonight, guys, and I'll see you back tomorrow. Alright, welcome back, guys. So whenever I was editing this video, I actually noticed that there was a lot of content for it, so I decided I was going to make it into 2 different parts. So the first part will contain of me talking about like the checkout sheet and just about my weekly update, and then the second part will actually be of me giving you guys a tour around the shop and just giving you an up close on some of the birds that we have here in 303. I'll show you guys like what the heat exchanger is actually, and then just like some of the quals that we have, and like our board of the quals, and then just anything around the shop, and probably like a toolbox, so either the white box or red box. But other than that, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. You guys have a great day.